Hey guys, Mark from Gunpla Network. Welcome to my review, it's been a little bit of time coming, of the Master Grade Zeta Gundam Vercar. Big thanks to Ryan from Ryply Builds in Cogra, Sydney. Amazing shop, amazing guy, definitely worth stopping by or shopping online. Alright, first up, the inner frame. Now, obviously we've had a couple of older kits. We had the 2.0, the 1.0 original kit. I think there's a few versions and variants, but this is the newest one, and I mean, I haven't built the other Zetas. I would like to get one, probably the 2.0 originally, so it'll go with my 2.0 Mark II that I have. But this was it was an interesting build. It was a bit longer than I thought. It was a bit more complex than I thought. So just going into this kit, be prepared for something like a bit of a longer build and a few fidgety pieces. Even though with the instruction guide, I kind of found myself going, oh, that's it. Okay, you kind of have that eureka moment. So overall, good kit. And as you can see, highly detailed inner frame, all in that kind of dark grey. Some pieces, like the blue bit around the arms there, maybe I didn't need to, but I did put on. And yeah, it looks good. So, armour it up, and that's what you get. Fairly well balanced, even with the backpack on, without the shield or the rifle. And yeah, I mean, look, this was a great kit. I really enjoyed the build. Like I said, it took me a touch longer than I thought, but it was fun. I do have a smaller RG Zeta that you'll see later if you haven't seen the review, and it kind of fits in well with it. If you're a Zeta fan, then definitely get this kit. If you don't have a Zeta, this will be much easier to find than the older ones. Now onto the accessories. So this is everything that you get, pretty much. Here's all of your hand options. So you can see you got like open, closed, holding. And I prefer this style of hand to the articulated hand. The articulated hands don't hold stuff very well, whereas at least this can hold a beam rifle, beam saber, shield, whatever, you know, and it's really cool. It's got the fist, well detailed. Here's the shield. Now, obviously the shield's got some transforming componentry to it. It's built in a lot of layers. So, as you can see there, it's got like the under kind of frame part to it. It does shift around a bit, it opens, closes. It's got a landing gear. It's then got some yellow underneath bits that slip in. It's got the black, got the red. Now, I think this kit would be awesome for a paint job. Here's the beam rifle. Now, the beam rifle also does, how do you say? It slips open, closes up, like it does a few things to fit onto the Zeta in Wave Rider mode, and it, you know, obviously holding its hand, it's a bit longer. So this was really cool. I do like the fact that it's built in multiple layers, not just two bits sandwiched together or anything. You could paint that little hose piece on top if you wanted a separate color without too much drama. Yeah, just blown away by this kit so far, guys. It's got the removable E-pack up the top there. You get a couple of spares. Alright, kind of on some miscellaneous bits. So you've got two adapter pieces there. You've got the holding in MS form and the holding in Wave Rider form. You've got a spare V-fin if you don't want to use the V-fin that I've got on there at the moment, which is really solid. You do get a collapsible V-fin, and so far that hasn't been a problem for me. Or you get the fixed V-fin, and you can just kind of like take that off if you're transforming it. You get the two forearm ammo packs for the wrist launchers for the missiles. Here is your Camille Badan pilot figure. Haven't painted yet, but I will get to it. Before this is actually going to go back to Ryan's shop for display. I don't keep this one, so I may end up getting the 2.0 eventually anyway, but again, this was a really worthwhile kit. Alright, here it is fully loaded. So you've got the shield on the back of the forearm, you've got the wing pack on the back, and the rifle. So I know, was it another one? Was it the 2.0 or the original? You can get like a hyper bazooka. It was obviously an expansion weapon. They didn't offer it for this. Maybe later they will, or the one from the 2.0 would fit. But it's kind of like a minimalist kit, but there's a lot in it with all of the detail and the transforming. Like, it's not too huge on accessories. Talking about the articulation. So, there was the V-fin. As you can see, it can kind of slip up there. Otherwise, you can remove it and replace it, but I had to have a problem with this one. The head sculpt is awesome. I love this thing. It looks like an evil wasp. So if you've ever seen the other 3 Zetas you can get, the neck joint goes up and down. You can get a yellow and black one. It's exactly like a wasp. The neck has a great deal of movability in it, and that's partly due to the transformation. So keep an eye on that. That's actually the sticker for the eyes. Nothing, for the cameras. Nothing done too differently there. Okay, it's got a good waist joint, which is quite surprising for a transform. Yeah, I'm super surprised about that crunch and movement in that midsection. So for the arm, you do get a pull-out kind of motion there. Just one thing, be careful with that white and grey piece that's like a inner kind of between the arm and the chest joint. I actually nearly snapped one of those, getting them apart at one point because I had them the wrong way. They're a bit thin, so yeah, just be careful. The arm will go kind of around, but you have to remember you do have a backpack with wings on the back there, so your movement's a bit impeded. That top piece moves, the other piece on the side there moves, and that's all. It's good articulation, but it's also due to the transformation, again, that those armor pieces move. Now that will come out a bit and swing open, but yeah. Like this guy, I think, while he's articulate, he kind of only looks good in a few poses, most of the time in the air. Although he does stand well. There's the kind of like your elbow bend. Okay, you even get a little bit of side to side there, and that's quite weird on the arm. I mean, I guess if you think if you look at your arm, you can't do that, but there is, if you push that forward, the back of the forearm, that's how you get to your, I think it's the grenade launcher. And that's what that other blue piece is for. It goes onto the back of the forearm there if you don't have the shield clipped in. It's like an ammo pack for the grenades. Pushes back in and closes up. That was a very fiddly piece to build. Side skirts, they're on a ball joint. They kind of move out, rotate around. Same with the front skirts. And that's all just due to the transformation again, because this kind of all folds away and stuff and around. The back skirt is, yeah, you got a bit of movement, but not as much as the front and side. The leg will twist on a peg there. Now, the legs, they do move around quite a fair bit, and that's just because the legs are a major part of the transformation, being able to fold back on top of themselves. So, great detail. That back piece, yep, is part of the transformation as well, so that kind of slips out and moves around. There actually wasn't as much, I thought, the ankle armor there, the big piece sticking out. Now, the feet fold in half, but that ankle armor I would have thought needed a bit more give, but it didn't. It was just quite firm. There's that. Okay, and you can see the leg moves the whole way through. Backpack. Now, you've obviously got the big central kind of fin part. You've got the side wings. They have bits that pull out. Overall, a very articulated kit. And the transformation, I'm not going to show you on camera when we get to it, but yeah, there's that feet that pops out of the backpack for the landing gear. There's one on the crotch as well. It works well. It takes a moment when you're first doing it, but it works pretty well. All right, here it is in kind of like a ground pose. It does stand. Obviously my base moves it and it rocks back and forth a little, but overall, you can get this thing into a couple of poses on the ground. Not where it's going to look the best. It's stable, it stands, but I think overall it really needs to be in the air on an action base, because this is the Zeta Gundam and it flies. Alright, here it is up on a flying pose. As you can see, that's on one of the 2 adapters that you get. This kind of keeps it up in the air. That's like a flying forward pose. You can store the beam rifle on the back of the arm. Don't know what I've done with the shield. Must be on the ground here somewhere. But it's good. It looks, how do you say it? It looks like it's in motion when it's not in motion, if you get me. So it just looks fast. Here it is for some comparison shots. This is with the HG Sinanju, which is obviously a bigger HG kit. So this thing's pretty big. The other one has a backpack too, and yeah, like in compared to an HG, regular HG, an older one, probably not as good. The Sinanju's a bit better than, because it's newer, but detail and accuracy on this kit is just out of this world, which is what you expect from a Katoki kind of kit. Here it is with the real grade Mark II. You will see it with the real grade Zeta in a second. It's just that I didn't actually want to transform my real grade Zeta for various reasons. And that's in Wave Rider mode in my shelf. It looks good. If you've got a Mark II as well, a master grade, it'll definitely fit in there with that. And then here's a comparison shot with the RX-78 1 Year War, which is probably my favorite version of the RX-78. And I painted mine, so yes, it's not in the traditional Gundam RX-78 Granddaddy colors. It is in the Thunderbolt-esque colors, dark blue, red, orange. All right, here it is. I promised you the comparison. So Wave Rider modes. I didn't transform it on camera because, guys, I won't lie, this would have taken an extra 20 minutes onto the video. First time I did it, it just took me endless amounts of time to work out where things were. Back shot. It was just so hard. I think the real grade is a great kit. People write it off as a hand grenade. I told you I didn't think it was. It's just one that you have to build super cautiously. Front shot again. This kit though, the Verkar has it. I had some issues with my real grade. I reckon some parts around the chest area and the gun don't quite line up very well. This has landing gear you have to pull off and on, whereas this one has landing gear which is transformed in. As you can see, the ones on the shield, the wings, and the crotch area that all fold down are part of the kit. You don't have to put them on. You won't worry about losing them. Overall, here it is, final shot. Definitely a kit to pick up. If you're here in Australia, go to the Rypla Builds website and order one of these things for yourself. You will not be sorry, especially with Christmas coming up. It's going to be a longer build. It's got tons of water slide decals. It's got a lot of stuff to keep you interested. Yeah, guys, get one of these kits. I think this is just fantastic that we don't get many master grades these days, but it was good that we got this. Huge thanks to Ryan for sending this kit over. And I'll get back to the shop shortly. And I'll see you guys around on the next kit. Bye-bye for now and keep building.